Hello, today we are going to learn some concept which will help us to solve a problem. So now let's learn vector length and norms. How to find the length of the vector? Length of the vector is mathematically referred as a norm. Norm means length of the vector, and it is typically denoted using a mathematical symbol. This symbol uses a double vertical bar. So this is indicate the norm. Double vertical bar indicate the norm. Suppose if we have a vector x and its length is written as double vertical bar x, then again double vertical bar. Read it as length of vector x or magnitude of vector x or norm of vector x. If this is our vector x, then this length means the norm of vector x. Then how to find the length of the vector? R is a column vector with a first entry A and second entry B. Then the magnitude formula is norm of vector R is equal to square root of A square plus B square, and this came from the Pythagorean theorem. So let us see the example. Suppose W is a column vector with a first entry 3 and second entry 4. This 3 means the x coordinate and 4 means y coordinate. Now draw it on coordinate system. 3 is x coordinate and 4 is y coordinate. So this P indicate 3, 4, and this is our vector. We have to find the magnitude of this vector. So the magnitude formula is norm of vector W is equal to square root of x1 square plus x2 square. x1 means 3 and x2 means 4. So norm of vector W is equal to square root of 3 square plus 4 square. 3 square means 9 and 4 square means 16. So 9 plus 16 means 25. So it is a square root of 25. Square root of 25 means 5. Therefore the magnitude of W is 5. So this length is 5. This is called as a magnitude of vector. So what is norm of vector W square? Read it as norm of vector W square. Right now we calculated the norm of vector W as 5. So let's square it. 5 square means 25. So this will give us norm of vector W square is equal to 25. Notice that we first calculate the magnitude. Magnitude means length of the vector, and then square it. So what is the relationship between the dot product and norm of vector W square? So it is W transpose into W is equal to norm of vector W square. This is called as dot product of vector W with itself. So let's verify it. W is a column vector with a first entry 3 and second entry 4. So its W transpose is 3 row vector with a first entry 3 and second entry 4. Now calculate W transpose into W. So row vector 3 and 4 multiplied by column vector 3 and 4. So 3 into 3 plus 4 into 4. So 3 into 3 means 9 and 4 into 4 means 16. So 9 plus 16 means 25, but we earlier found that norm of vector W square is 25. Therefore, W transpose W is equal to norm of vector W square. Before going further, let's summarize it. So these indicate the length of the vector and read it as norm of vector W, and this expression read it as magnitude or norm of vector W square, and this means square of the vector's length. W transpose W, this means dot product of W with itself, and it is equal to norm of vector W square. Remember, norm means length of the vector. Now let's run what is reconstruction. This green arrow means our original vector, and this blue arrow is the projection of this x on this line L. In simple word, reconstruction means the projection vector. Reconstruction means the projection vector. The projection is our approximation or reconstruction of the original vector using only the information on that line. The projection is our approximation or reconstruction of the original vector using only the projects using the information on that line. So what is a reconstruction error? Look at the diagram. This green arrow means original vector, this blue arrow means projection of x on the line L, or it is called as a reconstruction of x. So reconstruction is not exactly equal to the original vector. So there the difference is called as a residue. So this residue means the difference between the original vector and the reconstruction vector. The reconstruction error measures how much information is lost in the reconstruction. The norm of R means residue. Norm of R is the length of the residual vector. In machine learning, we calculate the reconstruction error as norm of vector R square. That means we are squaring the length of the residual vector. Let me repeat it once again. Reconstruction error means square the length of the residual vector. In machine learning, the reconstruction error is given by the square of the length of the residue. Notice carefully that length of the residue is norm of vector R and reconstruction error is norm of vector R square. R means residue. Let us summarize it. Projection formula is x transpose W divided by W transpose W whole multiplied by W. Residue means x minus projection. X means original vector. So residue means original vector minus projection vector. Length of the residue means norm of vector R, and reconstruction error means norm of vector R square. R means residual vector. Thank you.